Alright, what is going on, you guys? Brian here, and this is my WWE Friday Night SmackDown debut on Fox, season premiere, episode recap for tonight's show. Um, and to say that I was disappointed with the main event would be an understatement. I did like the ending. The ending of SmackDown tonight shows that some of the reports going around that a certain individual might be signing with WWE may be true, but I'll get into that in just a moment. Of course, Friday Night SmackDown made its debut on Fox tonight. Overall, not a great show. I can't even say it was okay. There were some parts I was disappointed in, mainly the main event. But let's get right into it. Of course, we started off the show. Looking at my notes here, we started off the show with the Raw Women's Champion, the man, Becky Lynch, who came out, talked about how SmackDown was where she made her name and that she wanted to give back. She would then be interrupted by the winner of the 2019 King of the Ring tournament, Baron Corbin, who came out and said he should be the one that started off the show. You know, he's the king of the ring. He would be interrupted by the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment, The Rock, who made his return to SmackDown. Basically, Rock and Becky would go after Corbin, making fun of him, making jokes about him. Then they would proceed to beat him down. Rock would deliver a the people's elbow and rock bottom. Becky would get her shots in as well. And that segment ended with Rock and Becky Lynch standing tall. Then after they took a commercial break, which they had taken a lot of commercial breaks during this show tonight. After the commercial break, Becky would be in action as she would be in a tag team match with Charlotte Flair against Sasha Banks and the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Becky and Charlotte would pick up the win when Charlotte applied the figure 8 to Bayley to make her submit, make her tap out. So obviously that's going to probably be another match signed for Hell in a Cell. Charlotte challenging Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title because of that victory. We'll have to wait and see. What else? We had some. I know they did do a couple of interviews. One involving the WWE Champion Kofi Kingston, talking about his title defense. They also had another one later on in the night with Paul Heyman, the advocate for Brock Lesnar. The next match would be Seth Rollins, the Universal Champion, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion. Before the match, another one of Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse episodes would come on. He would say, Seth should be afraid. Ramblin' Rabbit was dressed up as Seth Rollins. And then Bray would say that, let me show you what's going to happen to you. And he would have Ramblin' Rabbit and Mercy the Buzzard inside of a cage, like how The Fiend and Seth Rollins are going to be locked inside Hell in a Cell this Sunday with the Universal Championship on the line. And Mercy the Buzzard would destroy Ramblin' Rabbit and basically kill him once again. Man, this Ramblin' Rabbit, I mean, he's died so many times he keeps coming back. So they keep, it keeps, so. But Rollins had a match against Nakamura. It was a pretty short match. The Fiend, the lights would go out. The Fiend's that eerie sound of the Fiend would hit, and Rollins, not knowing, would end up near the entranceway, and that's where the Fiend would attack him, applying the mandible claw, and then throwing Rollins off the stage. So that was pretty much it for that one. We had, sorry guys, we had Kevin Owens taking on Shane McMahon in a ladder match where the loser would be terminated from WWE. Pretty alright matchup. The one thing I didn't, when I said earlier about commercials, they kind of messed up with this one because after Shane hit Kevin Owens with an elbow drop from the top rope through the announce table, they went to a commercial break, and then when all of a sudden when they came back, it was like Kevin Owens was on the top rope and Shane was laying across a ladder set up between the barricade and the apron, and Owens hit a splash. And I'm like, why would you come back from commercial just to show, a high spot that was already that was gonna happen? Why not come back from a commercial? Why not come back from commercial to show the setup for that move? But it is what it is. They did take a lot of commercial breaks on this episode tonight, so it is what it is. Kevin Owens would wind up power bombing Shane from the ladder onto another ladder that was set up on the bottom corner, on the bottom ropes of the one corner, and that was enough to keep Shane down and allow Kevin Owens to climb up the ladder and retrieve the briefcase, thus terminating Shane McMahon from WWE. Hopefully this will be the last time we see Shane wrestling. We had an 8-man tag team match that had an interesting event occur in it. It was the team of AJ Styles, the United States champion, Randy Orton, and the Raw Tag Team Champions Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, taking on Heavy Machinery, The Miz, and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. And the reason I say this was interesting was because heavyweight boxer Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, was at ringside, and him and Braun kind of got into a bit of a stare down, kind of jokingly, but then Strowman would throw Ziggler into the barricade, and Ziggler's hand would bump Fury, and basically Strowman would laugh at Fury when he in the ring. Then after Strowman would hit a power slam on Ziggler to pick up the win, Fury would jump over the barricade, and then a bunch of security would stop him from getting into the ring. Honestly, with this move, I feel like they're going to build to something with these two, Strowman and Tyson Fury, and I'm hoping not. I think Strowman deserves more than that, much more better than that. Not to be turned into a version of the Big Show where he's going to have to fight. He's going to be wanting to fight celebrities that are his height. So hopefully, but that might not happen. But then again, it might. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We had Roman Reigns taking on Eric Rowan in a lumberjack match. It was what you would expect from a lumberjack match. Lumberjacks going at it near the end. Luke Harper got involved. He tried to help Eric Rowan win. Daniel Bryan, who was at commentary, that he would stop that from happening, hitting the running knee on Luke Harper. Then Rowan would grab Daniel Bryan to try to hit that Iron Claw choke slam, but Reigns had enough energy to hit a spear on Rowan and picked up the victory via pinfall. This is basically a build-up to continue their build to their tag match at Hell in a Cell this Sunday with Eric Rowan and Luke Harper teaming up to take on Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. They also had showed a clip of WWE's YouTube channel where Marshmallow became the 24/7 champion, but then later on, defeating Carmella, but then later on, Carmella would regain the championship back. So obviously now they're going to have the women chasing after Carmella to win that championship. Then we get on to the fun stuff. The main event. One of the most disappointing losses for a WWE champion in history. It's Brock Lesnar challenging Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship, and in a matter of 5 to 6 seconds, Brock delivers an F5 to Kofi and pins him 1, 2, 3, shocking the entire world, surprising everybody. Mark Henry, who was in the crowd sitting with Goldberg, his jaw dropped when he saw that. How disrespectful is this to have Kofi Kingston lose his championship in 5 to 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar? I was very disappointed with this result. I thought there could have just been a match. I mean, even if you made the match like 5 minutes, but you know, it is what it is. Then Brock's celebrating. Rey Mysterio's music would hit. And who would he come with? None other than a man from Brock Lesnar's UFC past, Cain Velasquez. A man who knows Brock very well and a man who has beaten Brock, as the Michael Cole would announce that Cain Velasquez is the man that beat Brock Lesnar for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. And Brock would go after Cain, and Velasquez would take him down, start delivering punches, sending Brock outside the ring, and that was pretty much it for SmackDown. Cain Velasquez and Rey Mysterio standing in the ring, and Brock and Paul Heyman going up the entranceway in fear. So obviously the rumors of Cain Velasquez possibly signing with WWE looks like it's going to happen. They did say, from what I read on a couple of internet sites, that there had been a couple of snags, but if he makes an appearance, if he's made an appearance tonight, I mean, that's almost as good as him signing. But we'll have to wait and see. But overall, my thoughts to wrap up this video, my thoughts on this episode tonight, really didn't see what the big deal was. I thought the Shane and Kevin Owens match was good. They did have a kickoff show beforehand, which was really nothing. But yeah, I was very disappointed with the main event. I thought Kofi deserved better to lose his championship in a much better way than 5 or 6 seconds being defeated. So it is what it is. Tonight's show was not going to say a great show. I'm not going to say it was a bad show. I'm really not going to rate this show very much. So it is what it is. So with that being said, if you guys watched tonight's episode on Fox, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. This has been my SmackDown recap. I am Brian. Thank you for watching.